Man, I got a sip on this one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man. Mm. What's up, fam? It's your boy. And you already know what time it is. Man, oh man. Some of you are going to ask, what's in that cup? Because Craig must be on some craziness when he talks about what's in this video today. If you read the headline, the title of this video, my first two option plays for 2022. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you behind the scenes in this video today and actually show you what's over in the Discord and why you probably should want to be a member of my Discord, because I'm starting to understand the market in a way better way. I'm actually going to not try to brag on myself a little bit here, but I do feel confident. And when you feel confident, it's not bragging in a sense. It's kind of just trying to give you the understand the way, the mindset that I have and where I'm going. And one of the things that I always talk about every one of these videos is, if you sign up for my Discord, you're looking for the psychology that I bring to the market, because sometimes you need to have an outside opinion on how things look. And maybe sometimes I can be that guy. So if that's the case, this is the reason why you want to use that first link down below. And I'm going to show you that right quick, okay? But before I do that, let's talk about what do I see happening right now. A lot of things have changed in the market as we've all expected. Well, we thought inflation was going to be a little bit less than what it is, but inflation is now being dealt with by supply constraints. It's being pumped up just a little bit because of all the things that we're dealing with, supply constraints. But now we're getting Texas opening up for ports. We're getting Florida to open up for shipping containers. So we'll start getting all these supplies back into the economy in a reasonable time, hopefully. And we'll start to see prices come down because demand is already there, but we just don't have the supply to meet the demand. So hopefully we're getting to that level sooner than later, and then we can actually see prices come back to a nice reasonable clip, and this can actually help move the market even more as earnings start to come in by the quarter 2 of next year, and we see a bigger push into the market. But I've already made trades based on what I expect to happen in 2022, and a lot of people will probably tell you that I'm a little bit out there, and that's fine. Sometimes you got to actually take the risk yourself, and sometimes if you can tell somebody I told you so, then you actually have that right. But then at the same time, you can be humble, and you can just be like, you know what, there'll always be another opportunity for you to join the boat. So either way, we're going to talk about some of the things that I've talked about with my Discord members as for a long time, pretty much the last week, and now it's time for me to unleash that to the rest of the world. So I've talked about this on live streams a lot, but maybe you haven't been tuned into the live stream. So if you're not part of that, the closing bell with Craig, you're missing out already. So that's even more reason why you should subscribe to the channel. Definitely hit that like button and even bang that notification bell so you notify each and every time I drop way more high content like this. So let's get into it. I'm going to take you over to the Discord, and we're going to start with November 1st, okay? November 1st is where I decided that, you know what, the new strategies that I've been having with actually trading options, trading stock, it's time for me to implement that, okay? So I wanted to implement that to a point where I decided I needed to go ahead and show you way more strategy that I actually have, right? And this means that I'm not swinging short-term option trades no more, really and truly. I may actually play one or two just to actually get the thrill, you know, just because I want to make some money and see if my trading game is actually good in that type of manner. But at the same time, I want to get bigger gains. So bigger gains equals bigger capital. Bigger capital equals owning more shares of certain companies that I love. And you already know what my top 5 is if you've been following me for a while. That's going to be Tesla, Affirm, Disney, Apple, and Meta, the ETF, okay? So that's what I'm doing. So let's actually go back to October 29th, and I'm going to actually show you over in the Discord exactly how it rolls, okay? So on October 29th, I actually picked X, US Steel. I picked this as an option play that runs, but it's actually down right now. We'll see how long this plays. I got this for a put, $24 put, and actually I bought them at 62 cents. So it's about 438 bucks. I still own these right now. If you're over in the Discord, you know I haven't closed them yet because I ain't sending you a sold alert yet. But that's X, US Steel. It's down right now. We'll see how it plays out by, what I say, November 19th. So we'll see. Now, here's one of the big trades that I've made so far. I added SPY contracts, okay? 20 initially at 48 cents for 973 bucks for the $500 call in January of 2021. Now, people are probably saying, do you really believe that SPY is actually going to 500 in January? We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to just keep it moving right here, right? I closed out a Ampersand's contract where I was up 78%. So on these, I closed those out. You'll see I closed that out. But then you'll see on November 1st, I actually bought another 14 contracts of SPY at $500, 52 cents a contract, okay? So then I actually added a put on actually Lucid, which was on that big run. I bought a put on Lucid. I got up 25% on this, I believe, or maybe it was 15%. Nope, it was 15%. Close the Lucid play was about 50% gain. See it sticking with the 5-day EMA. Made me go ahead and close while up before it pumps the other direction. May go with a call here shortly, right? So you see, I opened the Lucid call. I closed it up 15%. I didn't run the risk of actually losing any money on it, right? So I made that money. But then you'll see right after this, November 2nd, family, we ride it down and then we ride it back up. This one will last until I see sentiment change with the stock for the next few trading days. Not quite a YOLO, but it's let it ride and see what shakes. Don't invest what you can't be willing to lose. You see, I bought Lucid, $35 call at $375. I want to say Lucid is in the money at this point in time, right? Am I wrong in that? Let's look at it on Weeble. First one that I'm actually going to. Let's see, 36.55. Okay, so I caught the buy alert. I wrote it up, and man, we wrote it down. So let's go back over to the Discord. So then you'll see I have a YOLO on Revolve for a strictly earnings play, right? If it beats with guidance, should print tomorrow. Now let's go over to my long trade alerts, because then I thought about some of these things that I was doing. Some of these things may be considered long. Short could be swings of nature. Some of them could be 3 months or less. Some could be even 9 months or less, or even 11 months and 29 days before they become a long-term trade in a lot of people's eyes. But I figured that some of these trades that I'm making on option plays should be considered long trades. So I went back and I decided that it was time for me to update this, right? So I went back and I actually came in November 2nd, okay? And I actually said I bought 4 option contracts for calls, $30 calls on Ford for March 18th, 2022. You'll see here, read the clip. Just added these 4 contracts. I will add more over time. This is just the start, the position. All gains in capital from Lucid put trade now reallocated to a Lucid call for November and Ford calls for March 22. The math is simple. I'm bullish as hell on EV companies. Straight pointed forward, right? So this is me giving you my whole insight and everything else that I consider behind the play. Then you'll see so I didn't show you the Ford calls. So let me show you again. 18 March 2022, $30 calls. I bought those, like I said, cheap. Bought them at 17 cents, okay? So I got those calls. Then you'll see I added more Ford and SPY calls earlier today on November 3rd. Still building my positions that I like for next year that have potential to be profitable. You'll see I have a SPY contract here for $500 at 52 cents. I have 2 contracts that SPY for $500 call at 52 cents. I have another contract, 3 contracts that SPY for $500 call for 52 cents. You'll see that I have another Ford call here for 20 cents. Okay, added those up, added those in. Then I actually bought Axis today, AAX. I got to look into this a little bit more. This is a crypto coin. But that's realistically everything in the Discord as of November 1st, okay? And even though I go back to October 29th, as I started my SPY calls, this is where I'm at in the market. A lot of people will say, Craig, what are you actually seeing in these markets right now? Well, I'm seeing that we're very bullish in these markets, okay? And one of the things that I'm looking forward to is looking at the SPY even more. SPY should trend down at some point in time, okay? But look at the levels that we're at. In the after hours right now, we're at 465.45. Let's turn on actually extended hours. We're at 465.45 at this point in time. Technically, fam, we're about $35 away from SPY hitting $500, okay? Now, who's to say that it's going there? It's not necessarily that it's going there anytime soon. I could be totally wrong, but I am being more convictive in what I actually believe. So my conviction is leading to actual gains in the market, and I'm taking advantage of that and utilizing that capital that's actually made out of the gains into shares to build my top 5 positions And I will continue to do the same strategy over time. So this is what I'm providing. This is the type of thought process that I'm in right now. I'm in a process of where I'm starting to understand the market just a little bit as I've seen the rallies that's going around the market. So if you look at Ford right now, right? We're looking at Ford on the 1 minute chart, but let's go back over to the daily. Okay. I was telling people about Ford last week that, man, I think Ford may be on its way to 30. Some people said I don't think it could break 20. Some people said I don't think it could break 1750. And I'm like, no, I think it's going to 30. At this point in time, when I'm talking about Ford, I want to say Ford is about 1667. And I'm there. You see right here, I have the Fibonacci retracement to prove that I've been looking at this for a while. And I have this break point that I was saying, if it breaks resistance at 1821, what can stop it from going to $20? Well, I'm even at a more bullish rate if it passes 1875. Technically, it touched 1883 today. So if it goes back and retraces back to 1875 and touch that as a resistance line and then pushes through, it's nothing stopping from going to 20. And then we get into other areas that we have not been in for in a very long time. So what is the problem with me actually taking the opportunity to take advantage of this play? It's none. Actually, these options are still very cheap. I'm buying them up as I possibly can with every single dollar that I can possibly squeeze into them at this point in time. If you go over to the option chain, you look at the $30 call at this point in time, the $30 call is up 50% today, which means it's at $27.26 as the ask right now on the mid price. Fam, all I'm saying, starting January 1st, 2022, the very first two plays that I got out of the gate is going to be actually Ford for the March 22 call for $30, and I actually got SPY for the January 21st $500 call. These are two plays that I'm leading into 2022 with right now. I will probably be adding more over time, but the sentiment is that I want to get across is that I am ready to lock and loaded to start thinking about 2022 and where we're going next. So if you want to be a part of that Discord, you definitely got to use that first link down below so you can understand the psychology that I have and the exclusive videos and content that I'm providing in Discord each and every day that they provide more Q&A. So I'm going to keep on doing those things. I'm going to keep on watching these markets. I'm going to keep on grinding better than anything else that I ever possibly did before. And if you find value in this type of content, definitely hit that like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget that notification bell too on your way out the door if you want to keep getting notified each and every time I drop way more high content like this. You already know what time it is. You already know. It's been your boy Craig. I want y'all to stay safe. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.